Alright, what is up you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today, and today I'm sitting down with one of the legends, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself because I'm not worthy. Take it away, my friend.
Hey guys, I'm Akash from the channel AkashLegoProductions as well as the Instagram page, and I'm pleased to be here on MiniSuperHeroes Today's official podcast.
Well, dude, I have been a fan of yours literally since I started on Instagram. I saw a lot of your photo edits from back in the day. I started around 2015, and man, that's when your channel was really just launching off to the major success that it's had today. And I just started off looking up to you so much, and you know, you're such a great leader in the Lego community on Instagram, but especially on YouTube. So why don't you tell everybody kind of how you got your start in doing brick filming and getting involved in the Lego community?
Yeah, well, I first wanted to say that, yeah, I remember you from like way back. When I first started posting photos, I remember your account. Like, you were there from the beginning. Yeah, I do remember that. But,
cool.
Yeah, I started off, of course, I started YouTube before I started Instagram. Just like everybody, I watched Forest Fire 101. But I think the real thing that pushed me into this Lego stuff was the 100% the Clone Wars. Like, the Clone Wars inspired me to really tell stories because I used to have Clone Wars Lego. I used to have no Marvel Lego, just like Star Wars and Clone Wars. And in my room, I would be just like sitting on my ground, acting out like little plots with my Clone Wars figures. And then I was like, I could be actually doing this on YouTube, making my plots into like real videos that people could be watching and possibly enjoy. So I decided to just start making brick films.
Wow, that's amazing. So how did you learn how to do it? I mean, sitting down to figure it out is one thing, but actually learning how to do it is another. What'd you do to learn?
I really was self-taught. I've got a lot of unreleased things from before I actually felt comfortable and like confident enough to start posting, but I really it took me a long time, longer than people realize. Like, you really got to just trial and error. You got to test things out. I encourage people not to watch like tutorials and stuff because you really have to figure out your own style, which is what I did and why it took so long, because learning stop motion is very hard, and it's hard to get to a place where you can like release it to the public and feel like you won't get bashed, you know?
Totally. Did you get bashed at all when you first started?
When I first started, no, actually. People were surprisingly supportive. I think because back then there weren't a lot of like big people. Like, that was around the time the Lego movie came out, so people were just starting stop motion as well. So I think a lot of people were supportive because we were all on like the same level, you know?
Sure. Yeah, you got to kind of support everybody that's doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
That's cool. How often do you like to actually promote and put out new videos?
Well, since it's a summer now, I've been putting out more content, I think, but I like to upload at least once a month. That's my goal for the years. And of course, I haven't met that goal a few years, but yeah, I'm in university now, but I animate not that much during the week. I maybe get like 24 full hours of animation in the whole week, but I try to post videos once a month at least.
That's awesome. So I just graduated from college, so that's kind of cool that you're in university. What's it like being somebody in college that is into Lego? Because I have people that message me sometimes and they're like, oh, hey, I'm just starting high school and I'm kind of embarrassed to be into Lego, or, oh, I'm, 40 and I'm embarrassed to be into Lego. I think it's a hobby that's for everybody. So what's it like being in university and, being this Lego celeb, if you will?
Well, I'm really fortunate to have been around and currently be around people that are very supportive of my channel. I get a lot of messages from kids all the time, just like that, saying how they're embarrassed. And I don't think there is anything to be embarrassed about. And the good thing about this community is that even if people don't support you at school, or people like to say make fun of you, there's everyone online that you can connect with. A lot of people get their friends online because this community is so strong. But yeah, I go to a film program, so I guess it's not really that out of the ordinary because everyone in my program does stuff according to film anyways, and they're familiar with like stop motion. So yeah, it's been pretty easy for me. So I've got lucky with that situation.
That's awesome. So you're studying film. What do you want to do ultimately?
Well, my dream is to be an animator, like a stop motion animator for companies, like obviously not as big as Leica, but that would be a dream of mine. But other than that, I want to go into like directing and just anywhere in the film industry I'd be happy with.
That's absolutely awesome. And you've got a nice little back catalog to talk about here of all this success that you've had.
Yeah, that's the good part about all this. One of the good parts.
That's super cool. Well, obviously this podcast, a lot of people will be listening on YouTube. And so a lot of people are interested in getting into YouTube and figuring out how to find out how to make a niche in YouTube. And if you want to talk about it from the Lego perspective, that's cool. If you just want to talk about it from the YouTube perspective, that's cool too. But what are some tips and recommendations you have for people that are trying to build a brand on YouTube?
That's a question. That's a good question. Yeah. I think one of the most important things is to really like make friends. You really have to go around and promote yourself, even if you don't want to. You don't want to be that guy. You really do have to promote yourself because it's like ruthless. The YouTube community, it's hard to get popular. So you need to make friends because a lot of the friends I have from the start are the friends that I still have now, and we've grown successful together. So you got to make lots of friends. You have to promote, but obviously the most important thing is to just stick to your craft and post videos and improve yourself, because that's obviously the most important, because that's what will bring in fans. So just try as hard as you can. Everyone's not going to get popular, but making something that you're proud of and sharing it with however many people as you want, that's better than any popularity.
Words of wisdom from Senpai himself. That is awesome, man. So how did you make friends in the YouTube community? Was it like through Instagram, through Twitter, through YouTube? That's so fascinating to me how people make connections. I know I have mostly through Instagram is how I've grown, but I'm curious what your journey was like.
So obviously, I think some people know that I recently met up with the YouTuber Huxleyberg Studios. We met in real life for the first time. He flew out here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. It's just like you go around, see people who are making the same content as you, and you comment. Obviously you got to be genuine. Like if you don't like a video, I guess you're not really gonna be like fake. But if you see someone whose content you enjoy and you think you can help each other, you comment, you support them, you say, hey, just check this out, and you do collaborations as well. You get in contact with people because most of my friends are from YouTube that I've migrated over to Instagram with. So you just get in contact with them. Help each other out, put each other in like your featured channels, make videos together, voice for each other, do collaborations. And that's really how you get yourself involved, because it's good to have a core group of friends when going at this YouTube thing.
100% agree. So for those who don't know, let's tell everybody about your, collaborations with Huxleyberg Studios, because he's great as well. It'd be cool to hear your perspective of how you guys, met and how you guys started to work together and things like that.
Yeah, so the first video I saw from him was very long ago. It was 4 years. It was a recreation, Civil War. I mean, The Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie. And it was a recreation of the highway fight scene with the Winter Soldier and Steve Rogers. And I really thought it was really cool to me. So I commented. I was like, hey, this is great, we could support each other. I see that you're an upcoming YouTuber. You have a lot of potential. He commented back. We started like private messaging, Skyping while we animated each other's videos, giving each other advice, script writing here and there. And like now it's come full circle where he's written like a whole video of mine. He also has almost animated parts for me. We met up in person. We spent like 4 days together at my condo, and it was really great, to see like a YouTube connection becoming a real life friendship.
Man, that is so cool. And it's so cool that we live in an age where not only that's possible, but like you guys made it happen. That's just as cool as it gets. Yeah. Man, that's so great. So walk us through the process. Like, do you have the idea, then you write it, then you shoot it? Do you kind of make stuff up on the spot? Like, when you sit down to make a new video, what is the process?
Yeah, a lot of it is actually improvisation. I don't like to limit myself to a script because I don't know why. I just really don't like doing that. So a lot of the action stuff as well as the shots, even though I do storyboards most of the time, I really do stray away from that because there's just something about animating that you really get inspired and you just want to do things like on the spot. It's not all about pre-planning. But yeah, so usually I get inspired by something. Like for Tron, I saw the Tron set and I was like, wow, that's really cool. So usually it's not planned. I just get really inspired. I start to think about in my head, what I'd want to watch if I was watching a Tron video or say an Avengers Infinity War video, since I recreated my favorite scenes. So usually it's something that I really want to recreate in Lego. I sit down, I do like a rough layout. I write what I want to happen, what I want the video to start with, end with, and consist of. Then I start to write the actual script and I send it to a few of my YouTube friends as well so they can look it over. And then once I get like confirmation that this is the project I want to make right now, since I don't do as many projects, that's when I start in my head envisioning like the set. A lot of my friends, when they're out with me, like in public and we're just like shopping or anything, I really doze off a lot. And they're like, Akash, like, what are you doing? You seem out of it. And I'm always just like thinking of what I want a set to look like or what I want an action scene to look like. And I always have to write it down because I get random ideas sometimes. But yeah, then I go home, I finalize the script, I build the set, and I go from there, just start animating.
Man, that is so cool. So I know we talked a little bit about how often you film and things like that, but how long does it take you to make a video start to finish? I'm sure different videos are different lengths, but just generally speaking.
Yeah, so most of the time I can crank out a video in like say a week if I'm really going at it. Like Deadpool vs. Wolverine was made in exactly a week. So was Tron. Tron was made in actually 5 days.
Holy
But
cow.
yeah, the more action there is in a video, obviously it's probably harder because the action is so quick. It takes up so little time. Like it's so much easier to do a minute of dialogue than a minute of action. So usually I'd say though I can finish a video in about a week for any kind of video that I'm working on.
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, they look like they're full film production, you know. It's
Thank you.
yeah, it's super impressive. So, how did you learn how to do effects and things like that? And like the thing that has always blown me away about your videos is when you see like Spider-Man jump in the air or you see somebody fly and like there's nothing holding them up. That just blows my mind. So, how do you do something like that? That's just amazing to me.
Yeah, so the effects that I've learned to do, obviously I don't have the greatest VFX ever, but like the basics I've got down. The flying is something called, a lot of people know, it's called masking. It's like people who take photos, like Lego photography, probably are aware of this method. It's where you take a blank frame as well as a frame with what you want in the air supported, and you basically just layer each frame and mask it away. And that's one of the hardest but most rewarding parts about brick filming is that making things look like they're flying, look like they're getting tossed or just flying through the sky. It takes a long time, but it's really worth it. It's one of the effects to really push your brick films to the next level.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, okay, well, what's on the horizon? What's next? Do you have any sneak peeks you can share with us?
I might have a sneak peek I could possibly share, yeah, but I'm working on Black Panther right now. It's the first episode in hopefully a series. But yeah, this is going to be one of my longer videos this year. I'm pushing for 10 minutes. So
whoa.
I really want to, because, I've been slacking a little bit. I want to give my quote-unquote fans a long video that they can enjoy.
Man, that's amazing. That's cool. Is it an original story?
It is an original story, but I cannot take credit for writing it. Jampot Studio Films, someone a part of the MBU with me, he wrote most of it. And yeah, it's a series that I'm doing for them. But I really like the script. It's really good. So
that's awesome.
I'm really, really excited.
For those that don't know, tell us a little bit about the MBU.
Oh, of course. The MBU is a connected universe where we make it's basically the MCU, but in Lego. We like to create a bunch of films and tie them together. We've got multiple group chats. It's just another universe. But it's really fun to like start a story and then see it continue in your friend's video. So yeah, it's just a little universe where we do that.
And who all is in the MBU? What all creators?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a good thing I have my laptop here. It's a lot. It's quite a bit of people, actually. Let me see. We've got Jampot, as I said, Jampot Studio, Lone Clone Productions, Egg Yolk 2002, Rad Visuals, Jober 1777, A Few Good Films, Aubrey Studios 82, of course, Tom Sullivan Films, a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a really big universe there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right. Well, as we wrap up here, do you have any departing words for the people? Any words of wisdom if somebody's getting started on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube? How can somebody chase their dreams and become, one of the top people in the Lego community? What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I really think that a lot of you guys should focus on, not the popularity. You really got to get a core fan base, get people who actually care about your content, and just make friends. The best thing you can do in this community is make friends. As you can see now, I'm on this podcast with one of the top Lego Instagrammers of today.
Thanks, brother.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen you grow. It's been cool to see you grow. And yeah, so you just got to make friends because they're going to give you opportunities. They're going to help you better yourself and your content. So really just make friends and enjoy it. It's not going to be fun if you don't enjoy it. You really got to enjoy what you're making. Like, there's nothing better than just having a group of people enjoy a video that you are proud of. That's like the best feeling ever.
I could not agree more, my man. So, all right, well, let everybody know where they can find you. Where all are you at online?
YouTube at AkashLegoProductions, Twitter at Akash Jones, and Instagram at AkashLegoProductions, obviously.
Awesome, cool. Well, hey, thank you so much, my man. This was awesome to have you on. And drop a comment below, everybody, just to let Akash know that you were here. Say hey, and let me know who you'd like to see on our next interview, because I'm looking forward to talking to all of these amazing LEGO content creators. So, Akash, thank you so much for being on, my man. This is great.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody. Feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. Also, consider subscribing to my Patreon, where you can cast your vote for my next Build a Better tutorial, as well as earning your way to shoutouts on Instagram and YouTube, in addition to monthly LEGO giveaways. So, thanks for your support, and as always, build on.